y'all this fine day. I hope that if you're here, you've subscribed to this channel if you're not already, and you check out the links that are down below. We've got my social media and my website and a newsletter. All the fun things. They are great. And as many a time that I am inspired to share something, it's because it has become very prominent in my own life, my journey, if you will, and it's something that autistic neurodiverse people probably all go through at some point or all the time, and that is accommodations. Asking for accommodations, actually getting accommodations, and just how frustrating it is. I have found, in my experience, that autistic neurodiverse people are either treated one of two ways. One is that you are just a normal, neurotypical human being that doesn't need anything. You're fine with the status quo of how everyone else is doing things, and nobody sees a problem with that. You should be fine with that because everyone else is. And then the second way to be treated is as if you are a naive, delicate child, incompetent, just not like an actual functioning, respectable human being. And either way, either of those options are not conducive into actually supporting autistic people in what they need and what they, desire to do with their lives. So in that case, it's very frustrating, obviously, and in most cases, I have found that the people that should actually be providing the suggestions and the opportunities to have accommodations, to have things work, usually don't do that, and they usually expect you, the autistic, disabled, neurodiverse person, to do all of that work yourself. Does that not defeat the purpose? I think it does. But in any case, it forces you to be in the position of really needing to advocate for yourself. It helps if you have other people there to support you, if they are professional, if they're just loved ones. That always helps, but oftentimes it's just you. Just trying to communicate the best you can, just hoping the message gets across, because again, communication, it can feel like you're trying to translate between two different languages and trying to get your point across that, yes, I need accommodations, and yes, you are obligated to provide those. So in my case of what I have needed in, for example, the work I do and kind of my living situation, because they're intertwined where I am right now, that, I luckily have flexible hours of when I do most of my work. I do most of my work at this point from home because that's where I'm comfortable. I usually prefer to write things out in an email versus a phone call. Doesn't eliminate them completely, but That's usually my go-to, and I now have my dog with me, Sweet Olive, that provides emotional support. And that in of itself is an accommodation for me that I take very seriously. But at the same time, I think a lot of people feel like if they give someone accommodations, it's like they're doing them a favor. Like, I'm giving these to you, and in that case, they almost want to receive something in return. It's some sort of odd exchange, as if it's, not just, basic human rights to be a well-thriving human being. It's frustrating. And being autistic, ADHD, dyslexic, neurodiverse in any way, and really, most other chronic illnesses even too, that they're considered invisible disabilities. And it gives professionals, supervisors, professors, you name it in your situation, it gives them more wiggle room to not take you seriously because they can't see it. Like, it would not be a question for someone who is blind or has a wheelchair or what have you to provide them accommodations like a ramp, whatever the heck. But providing you with accommodations is treated as if it's not. As if it's something you don't have to do necessarily, because you look fine. It's a constant struggle, let me tell ya. But I do want to just put out there, whether it's your housing, whether it's your work situation, your schooling situation, whatever the case may be, it is your right to ask for what you need. The systems in place are there for you to do so. People may not necessarily follow those or think that you apply under disability rights, but you ultimately do. And even when you feel like you're talking until you're red in the face for what you need or communicating in any way, a lot of people still won't fully understand why. Just as neurodiverse people will never fully understand neurotypical people and all those different nuances there. So there is learning and openness required on both sides of the table. But you deserve to have what you need to live your best life. And you deserve to be treated with respect as everyone else is. And you deserve to have everything in place that you can and what you need. We are not all provided the same situations, opportunities, resources, which is a crime in of itself. But it's really working with what you can. I can leave some suggestions down below of accommodations you could ask for in terms of really the educational, professional situations. I'll see if there's other things too, but it's been helpful for me to just see different ideas of what you can ask for, because again, it's usually on our parts to suggest those things and seek them out. So having those ideas out there of what might work best for you, and then, you know, seeing what might apply to your situation. Some things are easier than others, obviously, to get into place, but if it is within your physical, emotional well-being, it's worth seeking out. I'm trying to do it myself. Feel free in the comments below to share how you might be asking for or have asked for accommodations where you are. And as always, I so appreciate you being here, for listening, for opening your minds, your hearts, all the things. Please subscribe and like this video if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time.